What's up, guys? Welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga video. This is Echo Base Free Roam. We're going to take on all of the collectibles left over in Echo Base. I say left over because we've been here a couple of times. In fact, we did our preparing for free play data card retrieval here, so you can see that there's 0 of 1 because we have already collected it. And if you need that, feel free to use our preparing for free play video. Now, right before this video, we also did a challenge called Frosty Rebel Challenge, which netted us a couple of extra bricks, as well as completed a challenge, which again gave us more bricks. So we recommend you check out that challenge first before moving through this, just so that all your totals will be good. But keep in mind that if you want to do them backwards, you're welcome to do so. But here you can see we're starting the area off with 6 of the Kyber bricks. Again, 4 were from the challenge and 2 other tasks were required to complete that challenge. And of course, we got that data card while we were preparing for free play. All right, a little bit of a flubub on the menu here, but we're going to go ahead and check it out. There's the Frosty Rebels complete, and you can see at the bottom, plus 4 Kyber bricks. So just trying to make sure that we're all on the same page here. And once we're ready to rock out, let's go ahead and tag the first Kyber brick, which happens to be right behind us, and it's called Welcome to Echo Base. One of the easiest ones of the area. And keep in mind, I am still on that stud grind, looking for 48 million. So I'm going to be taking out as many things as possible and collecting as many studs along the way. But I try not to make it a grinder or a time waster for you guys. But woo to the who, we got the first one, and hopefully so do you. All right, moving along, we're just going to sort of go in a counterclockwise motion for most of this. There is a little bit of zigging and zagging towards the end, but there's not a whole lot we can do to avoid that. All right, this is a fun one. This is simply carve it out. And inside, we're going to find a ceiling with some, well, a little bit of redecorating in need here. We're going to take out some icicles and reveal a grapple plug, which will, well, plop out our Kyber brick. All right, so it doesn't matter how you take it out. We use the saber. You can, of course, use a blaster. But it doesn't matter which grappler you use either. Just go ahead and drop it like it's hot and pick up that ceiling stash Kyber brick. All right, 2 down and what, 22 to go? Got lots of collected still. Next up, though, we've got another Kyber brick. This one's called Staying Frosty. And it's right around the corner. And again, the order of which you do these should not matter for the most part. There are a couple that are scattered throughout that do have requirements for completing other tasks. But this is not one of them. Just simply take out all 4 of the targets within the time frame. And booyakasha. Open says me. We'll go ahead and collect that. And thank you very much. All right. Staying Frosty. Complete. And all right, we're going to go ahead and talk to this little astromech droid here. He gives us the beep, boop, bop, boop, bleep. And really, we switch to a Jedi who can actually understand that nonsense. And it unlocks the cable kerfuffle, which, in my opinion, happens to be one of the more confusing tasks. I wouldn't consider it hard, but if you don't know what you're doing, it could be a rather lengthy task. All right, the brick itself is hiding behind the blue door, and across the hallway was a purple one, and a little bit further down we got yellow and red too. But it turns out around the corner, out sort of in the main hangar area, there's this nice little nook with some red on it. Behind that is a plug that we can find and rip out, which gives us a nice little hatch that we can switch to a protocol droid and split in halvesies. And that's right, we're going to make our way all the way down and inside with both the top and the bottom. Once we inside, we're going to go ahead and reassemble, and it feels so good. Really, we just need to get him all squared away, smash some of the debris in the room, which should reveal some bouncy bricks that we can build into it's like basically like a fuse panel. It allows the power to travel through. And look at that, we've got power. Both the red and yellow doors have officially opened. So now we know that we need to do something to get those purple and blue ones. So we're going to take hold of the old push switch here, and we're going to spin it around. I got to figure out my bearings here. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? What we really want to do is connect the yellow line with power to the purple line, which will send power all the way down the hallway and open the door to the purple. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, got to get them all. We're going to be smashing some boxes and trying to collect some studs along the way. And I think that by the end of this level, we're pretty stinking close. I think we got like 45 million. So I think by the end of our space journey, we should probably have what we need. So be looking for another upgrade video coming soon. All right, that was kind of a non-essential grapple plug. I think that's more of a distraction, but I got a little distracted. So hop on the purple room switcher and move the power from blue to green, which should open up the green door. And now we should be able to, or actually it should send power down the green line, I should say. And now we got to remove the first room, so switch it from purple to green. Now I went the wrong way, so I'm going to rewind. All right, one more time. There we go. All right, pump it up. All right, now the blue door is open, which means we can go get our collect on because we knew that's where that Kyber brick was hiding. Boy, I took the longest route possible out of that room, didn't I? All right, inside, there it is. We'll go ahead and collect it. Thank you very much. Cable kerfuffle complete. Now, like I said, that's probably one of the more misleading or confusing ones, because if you don't do the process just right, you could be, you know, switching back and forth for quite a while. So hopefully we helped out with that. Hey, I just said pump it up, and look at that. Next up is powered up. That's pretty close. Again, you know, there's some of these pop culture things that I sort of steal and take and make them my own. And at times they seem like, some of them might even seem like I kind of created them, or they're my sayings, but not the case. And I love it when they get brought into the games, because it seems like they're actually catering to my wordage, which is, I'm sure that's not an homage to us, but, you know, I'd like to think it might be. Someday TT Games may give us, you know, some sort of definite, for sure, you know, homage. All right, this one's pretty simple. We need 3 fuses. There's 3 of them scattered around you. In fact, you can see them with the purple icons on your compass. As soon as you pick one up, it tells you basically where to put it to. So this is a really easy task. There's one in the room with the fuses, one across the hallway from the fuses, or from the sockets, I should say. And then there's one just down the hallway you saw. Again, all you have to do is look at your compass, and you should see all 3 of the purple icons. And if not, we just showed you real quickly where they all were. Open the door, collect that brick, and we are out of here. Hey, next up, we actually are going to switch it up. Instead of having another Kyber brick, we're going to grab a ship. It happens to be the TIE Bomber. This one's pretty simple. It's over on the far east side of the map, and the mission is called Pushing for Prizes. A little bit of a mix-up here. We need to get the medium-sized block over to the lower astromech terminal on the left-hand side of the room. So we'll grab that medium guy and push him over there. And so basically there's 2 smalls, a medium, and a large. That's how I'm going to break them down for you guys. And it doesn't help when your AI stands right in the way, bro. Come on. C3P right in the way, bro. That's what his name should be. Not C3PO. C3P in the way, bro. And now look at Django trying to slide in there. Come on, guys. All right, TT Games, fix this. Like, I was just talking about, I want some homage and some love, but I would rather have some working artificial intelligence. In fact, I'd just like some intelligence, if I'm being honest. All right, there's a couple of ways you can break this down. For whatever reason, you cannot grab all 4 of the handles, even though they are there, obviously. You can set this guy sort of right in the middle and try to get your jump and jetpack on to get from one side to the other. Once you get up there, you're going to need an astromech on both sides, though, and it should be noted that one side actually has some debris on it. You might have noticed I cleared that off. It's the other side. This side was clear. We'll go ahead and, that's right, solve it from the inside out, and we're going to toggle back on over to our jetpack here. And I think I botched this jump. Yes, I do. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this a little closer. And somebody with, like, you know, a better double jump, Jedi, Siths, you know, those guys definitely seem to have a higher and better control with their jumps. You know, not that a lot of the characters can't double jump. I just feel like some of them have a better double jump. All right, again, solve it with an astromech, and booyakasha. We've got power on both sides, which means that gate's going to go ahead and open for us to claim our TIE Bomber. Now all we got to do is get over there with a grappler, and it just so happens, I love that BB-8 and all of these guys have grapples now, too. All the astromechs. That was a good choice. I like that. All right, pushing for prizes, done did. We are moving on to another Kyber brick. This one is not too far. It's right around the corner. As we mentioned, we're going to try to keep all of these in a nice, rapid, counterclockwise succession here. but it doesn't always work out that way. And a couple of missions actually take us from one side to the other. In fact, we have this guy right here, when we take on his task, takes us to the other side. There's another one up in the right-hand corner that takes us to the spawn point, too. So, oh, this one's fun. It was taunting me. See, tauntaun me, get it? Wordplay for days, bro, wordplay for days. Now, if I could just say it. All right, hey, I want to point out, too, the Wookiee is actually right there. If you're doing the Wandering Wookiee Challenge, that might be something that you're interested in. We will be coming back at a later date and doing a specific video for that. Now, if it was relevant to this area, we would cover it in this video. And as I switch to a villain character and throw a grenade, I just want to point out that later in this area, we actually take on a target, like a shooting gallery, which is part of a challenge that is galaxy-wide. But it does give us a Kyber brick specifically to this area, so we're going to cover it in this video. If it's not specific in that sense, we will, split it up. And like the Wandering Wookiees, there are tons of Wookiees scattered throughout. They are not specific to any areas. Kyber bricks. Now, they do give you Kyber bricks, but they're not specific to one area. I'm hoping I'm making sense. All right, we got an astromech in the hallway here. It's R5M2. We're going to need somebody who can speak that gibberish, so pick your favorite protocol droid, and we're going to go ahead and we need to locate a guy with a clipboard. In fact, after a lot of talk, he actually gives us a little hologram image there. And turns out I know right where he is, so just follow along. I know right where he is as I go the wrong way. We're going to go back down the hallway we came from, and basically our goal is to get out in the middle kind of spawn area. Once we get out in that area, there is a little ladder or scaffolding, if you will, where Buddy's just kind of hanging out on. So again, I likely took one of the longer routes to get out. But here we are, we're out in the middle now, and there you can see there is a little teal comment balloon up above there, and that's the guy. Now, there are a bunch of guys that you can talk to that give you some advice, but this is the one we need. So rather than waste any time, we'll go ahead and jump right to it. I guess I wasted enough time on the long route, eh? But, all right, so booyaka show. Thanks for the Kyber brick. No, psych, it's actually a character token. We got a character token here. All right, so we're making some pretty good ground on those overall characters. I know that there was lots of people that got those right away. Not us, though. All right, northeast corner. We're going to keep on with that counterclockwise motion. And like I said, some of these actually take you out towards the middle, which is where we're at right now. But we're going to target that upper northeast corner and head back in there. This is actually a pretty simple one, but it leads to another quest that will take us across the map as well. So fun stuff. We just need an astromech to go ahead and open the door. And pull on all BB-8 out. Get our beep-boo-bop-boo-beep on one more time here. And then down at the end of the hallway, I do believe it's a breaker blaster we need. Yeah, it is. Huh. Look at that. Old man Brian Brain came through for once. Got to destroy some debris here. We could do that with the breaker blaster, or we can get up close and personal, whatever suits your fancy. And there we go. Booyah. All right, we're inside now. And can I get a kashow? Almost. Almost. We actually need a grappler as the brick is up behind us. It's kind of a funny angle, but as soon as you grapple up there, Wampa's Wonders is officially yours. So pat yourself on the back. That was actually an easy one. I wouldn't get too into your own head there. All right, we got another character quest here. This is for the Wampa. And in fact, what we need to do here is have somebody that can speak his language. So pull out a protocol droid. And he basically says, I am scared for my life. There are tons of rebels who want to take me down, and I need an escort to get to safety. And we're going to do that. Now, it's important that you take on this mission because it actually unlocks another mission on another planet, which will probably be our next area we take on. I don't want to ruin it for you, but if you pay attention towards the end, you might get a little bit of a spoiler alert. As it tells us, it says rumor unlocked mission. I think it actually says new mission unlocked. But yeah, I in my scouting, sometimes I try to complete a whole area, and then I find out that I'm actually needing to complete a task somewhere else. I did that. I scouted an area that I thought I was going to be able to complete all the way. I got to the last mission. I'm not even kidding, the last one, and it turned out it required me to have something done here. Now, as it lucked out, I'd actually already covered Hoth in my scouting run, but again, Hoth needed some things, so I couldn't complete that. So I had Hoth done, but that's only in my scouting run, not on my actual recording run. So I don't know, I may be confusing you, but essentially I did not have what I needed done for my main run, so we had to switch it up. And luckily I was able to come here first, and everything was available to me. So, all right, so basically with this Wampa, you got to escort him. There should be 3 or 4 rebels at each of the stopping points. And in fact, there's 3 right there. You just got to shoot them until they see stars. And then, of course, we can go ahead and return to the Wampa and help escort him down the hallway. He'll take roughly 25, 30 steps before he sees some more caution. And like, the rebels, really, I don't know if he can actually see that caution or not. I tried to sneak up behind him and use the old sneak attack, but it did not work. I know that a lot of people have been mentioning that things have changed after the updates. Like before, when we were doing story and free play, it didn't matter who you were. You could walk up behind anybody, whether you were a rebel or a Sith, or it didn't matter, and you could do the sneak attack. Seems like they changed that, and then on top of that, they took the sneak attack button away for certain people. So, I don't know. It's really interesting how sometimes you can't use it at all, and sometimes it's there. I don't know if that was intentional or a boo-boo. Sometimes those updates, they fix 5 things and break 2 or 3 things as well. Then they'll have to come back through and do another update to fix those things they broke, and then, of course, you know how that goes. So, no shame on them. It's just part of development. Code is picky and tricky. All right, hey, at the end of the hallway, we find our next and final group. I do believe there are maybe 5 here. He did a lot of blocking on my attack, so it may just seem like there was extra guys, but I may not have actually depleted his meter all the way. But you'll know when their stars are flowing above them. And let's see here. There we go. Yeah, so all 3 of those guys are down. Okay, another guy over here. So here's 4. He's kind of hiding around the corner. I'm not sure if you could have gotten away with just leaving him there or not. And I didn't try. Honestly, I took out all the bad guys before returning to the Wampa and telling him the coast was clear. If you don't clear everything, I guess it's possible you might be able to fail it. But I can tell you right now, we are not going to fail it. We have officially cleared the path all the way to where he needs to go. We do have one more little talking session that we'll chat with him. And look at that, he stomps on that mouse droid. Good thing, too, I was worried he was going to actually pick it off for me, because that's another one of those challenges that doesn't give us a brick specific to this area. And we'll cover that in another separate video, too. But there you are. Kef beer? Cold beer? I don't. What is that? Crash site? We'll just call it crash site. That was one of the unlocks. So, fun fact for you, that's likely going to be the next area we take on. And there you can see for a half a second there, the Wampa character icon popped up. But yes, we did unlock the Wampa for that last little spot. All right, hey, off in the back right corner, we're going to find some grapple points up top. These are actually the same grapple points we used in our Preparing for Free Play video to get up and grab our data card. So if you didn't follow that video and you do not have the data card, it's actually right behind our camera right now, and you can simply grapple over like 2 or 3 more spots and you should be able to snag it. Now, I got a fun little tip for you here. If you get off to the left side of this jump, it actually gives you a nice straight pathway. Did you see that? I barely had to turn right at all. If you jump off kind of at a perpendicular angle from where they want you to, you have to make a hard right turn, and it's probably a little bit squirrely getting that done did. So I recommend kind of getting off to the left and trying to get as straight as possible going for that break. All right, next up, as you saw, we just used the glider. Turns out we need the Breaker Blaster. So pull out your favorite scavenger, bust down this wall, and slide out along this. I guess it's a nice little... I guess it's not nice. It's an ice little ledge. Ooh. We'll pick up that Frozen Fortune Kyber brick. Now, on the other side, there is another Breaker Blaster wall. We're going to take that down just to go ahead and clear a path. And look at that. We've actually got a brick right at the end of the hallway here we're going to pay attention to. So this one's called the Frosty Force Field. And it's actually hiding behind a red barrier, and there seems to be a scanner just to the right of this barrier. Luckily for us, though, there is a card hiding behind one of these terminals. Simply bust down the glass and pick it up, swipe away. Does this thing look like an NES controller to anybody else? I guess it's too late now. She's already swiped it, but I swear, they look like little NES pads. I'm being serious. Look at that next time. I have no idea if that's supposed to be what they're going for or if it's just random. And I'm going to go ahead and talk to Buddy here, too, because look at this. It also opened up another crash site rumor. So I'm 99.9% sure that you don't need to talk to... It just saves me some money down the way, you know? All right. So, all right. Speaking of down the way, at the end of the hallway, we've got ourselves the neighborly knowledge. Now, I totally botched this. I knew the code, or thought I did, and you can see there was a little bit of an edit there. I tried to punch in the numbers thinking I knew what it was, but I remembered wrong. The code is actually 432, starting on the left side. So we're going to punch this guy to the 4. Notice it's not at 1, it was at 3, because I failed. I had 342, when in fact it's 3... 432, and I messed. No, 423. I'll get it right one of these days. It's 423. It's 423. Do what I do, not what I say. Okay. Holotable trouble. Now this one is a pain in the tuchus, but luckily for you, I've got a nice little easy way to get it done. Basically, what we need to do here is find the main room first, the control room, and then notice the big map up there. What we're going to do is hit the left button twice, then we're going to hit the right button twice. And then we're going to sneak back over to the left button, hit it one more time, and you might have guessed it, one more right pressing, and it should lock it up in the order that it's supposed to be in. Whoo! If you pushed it at all, I would recommend maybe flying to space and then re-landing here, as it should reset the puzzle, and then you won't have to, you know, try and figure it out. Because if you get 1 or 2 pressings off, that could be a nightmare trying to line those up again. So, and you know, for what it's worth too, I'm not 100% sure that loading to space will correct that, but I think it will. So worth a shot, anyways. All right, next up, we've got a Kyber brick and character token here. This is a pretty lengthy mission. We have edited out a ton of the travel time, so it's going to seem faster to us, but ultimately, it's just because we removed that travel time. But basically, what we need to do here is travel around the galaxy and find 3 different types of parts, bring them back to him, and then try to assemble K3PO. And it turns out he's bad at putting things together, so we're going to have to finish that for him too. But we're going to start off by going to Coruscant, and we're going to head into the Federal District. And we're going to actually run in and talk to a couple of vendors. Now, oftentimes, these missions require us to smash and grab some, you know, items left behind from whatever we broke. That's not the case for the most part. We actually have to go and buy them. So it will require some studdage, but good thing we should have some multipliers by now. And of course, if you're like me, you're going to take the the long way and try to get some of these extra studs. I saw that blues, eh? Went for the blues, eh? Got to get the blue. Got to get them all. Got to get them all. All right. Once we cross the bridge, we're actually going to go right into this first doorway on the left. Inside, there's going to be a vendor. His name is the Cheerful Cashier. He doesn't seem too cheerful, though, if I'm being honest. He takes our money. I guess that makes him excited. Then he's going to open up this little cabinet behind him, and that's going to give us one of the parts we actually need. Or actually, it's 5 of the parts, but it's one of the types. So swoop those up, and then we're going to go ahead and exit and make our hard left all the way down to the final doorway. So we're going to go by the stairway, which is right there, and then the doorway right past it should be another vendor. Inside the back left corner, we're going to find him, and he's going to require a trip to go somewhere else. We actually have to go into space. And this one's kind of similar to what we've seen before. We have to smash and collect. This time it's actually bad guys. So we'll go ahead and fly up into space. A little bit of a frame rate issue there as we loaded in. I've noticed that a couple of times going into space. We're going to look for the golden icon, also noted with a blue exclamation mark. Don't get confused with other stuff in the area, as it's likely you have not taken on any of the Kyber bricks or any of the stuff here. So, and oh ha, Venator, welcome. Guess what? You're just in time for us to leave. So we took out the bad guy in that gold circle, and if you notice, we actually have the 10 parts for the next item we needed. So we are out of here. We're gonna actually load on, what is it? Uskrew? Us crew, you screw, we all screw. I don't know. It's kind of like that. You scream, I scream, we all scream for ice cream. That's kind of what it reminded me of. It seemed like it's some sort of wordplay in that sense. I'm sure it's not, but it might be. All right, follow the waypoint marker, or at least head towards the old blue blip. As you can see, I sort of took my own route, and we're going to drop down and around and into the room here. And then there should be a vendor in front of a shooting gallery. Now, I'm going to recommend you just pay the 10G. because that is a shooting gallery that's going to be relevant to stuff later. However, you could take that on and knock one of the shooting galleries out, save yourself from having to return here. But that'll likely be one of the last tasks we take on when we visit this area, because I'm going to try to make those. I guess it doesn't matter which one, how I do it, but it will be done later. All right, we're going to go ahead and fork over all the parts. Which, it's funny, we pulled in like, what, 25 parts, I think it was? And we just literally tossed 3 to him. I'm glad, though. I'm glad we didn't have to wait for all 20-plus parts. Now, you can see he does not do a very good job. He almost had it, but almost doesn't count with building robots. All right, we're going to go ahead and swoop over to the table and press the icon indicated, hold it down, build him up, and it should complete the mission for us. After, well, I guess he beeps a few times and clears out some dust, so to speak. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, you better get that fixed, bro. All right, so done did. K3PO is officially ours, as well as Kyber break number 14. So thank you very much. The morning report is complete. All right, we'll take some studs. Thank you. And, all right, so if you guys haven't figured it out, too, I always try and wait for that icon to pop up, because I actually do a screen grab and then cut that icon out and use it down in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen to represent which character that we're picking up. I did that for a couple of reasons. One, because I didn't want to have any chance of, like, misspelling anything. Plus, I just wanted it to be a visual, for everybody, so no confusion or anything. It also makes it easier for my editing, makes it less likely I make a mistake. All right, look at that. There is a nice Kyber brick hiding in a crate there, but there is a button up high tucked away. This one's kind of cheeky, if I'm being honest. Use the force. Go ahead and drop a box up there. It should go ahead and open up the cage, giving us Kyber brick number 15, completing tip of the ice button. Pretty nice, pretty nice. If you used the rumor or had it available to you, you might have been able to figure that out, but that button's in a pretty cheeky place. Now, fun fact, there is a shooting gallery up in the high left corner there. That's my stream software that should be muted. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Sorry about that. But as I already mentioned, we're going to save that shooting gallery for the end. All right, so I'm going to yeet a thermal detonator, or a grenade as they call it now. Keep in mind, if you don't have grenades, or maybe you don't want to use one, you can use that terminal on the right with a hero character. Just simply finish the puzzle that it gives you, complete it, and it should open the door as well. Either way works. Get inside, smash that gold cage in the back with a bounty hunter, and complete the Armory access challenge. Or I guess it's a mission. It's a puzzle mission. So I got to be careful because the challenges are different. They're kind of a different category, right? All right, next up, we're going to go ahead and tag the chilly chamber. It's a little chilly. I don't know if it's really that cold, but it seems like it. I would certainly need some long johns on in this particular area, as it is frosty. A little bit brisk. All right, we're going to use a saber to carve out a square, and it should rip down the wall. And inside here, guess what? We've got a floating brick. Now, you could stack the box up, but we're going to use our cheese trick where we use the force to pick up a box with a character on it, quickly switch to that other character and get your jump on. It's important that you jump because the character won't actually collide with that brick unless you create that. See, look, I fell through it right there. So that's a perfect example. I meant to do that, you guys. I was just showing you how not to do it. No, I'm just kidding. I actually failed for realsies. But Chili Chamber done did. It only took, nailed it first try. We'll just call it first try. All right, next up, we got another brick making our way back down towards the spawn area. This one is called Black and Gold. It simply requires a bounty hunter to melt that gold brick. And I got a little button happy there. I thought I had Django out, so I toggled to my other character, but turns out I did not. Go ahead and blast or melt that gold, collect the brick, and we are out of here. Next up, another Kyber brick. This one is called Once More with Ceiling, right? It's kind of like Once More with Feeling, but with ceiling. As you might have guessed, this is another floater. It's way up top. I tried in my scouting run to get this with the same cheese that I had been using. I didn't have nearly the same luck. So I recommend taking out all of the debris here. And then you can actually move one box down onto the ground. Or do I cheese it? I thought I didn't cheese this one. Let's see. Let's see if I cheese it or not. Okay, maybe I'm lying. Maybe I do cheese it. I was sure that I went a different route this time. But again, if you can get that box up high, toggle and jump you should be able to get it. Look at that, I did. So I did cheese it. Again, though, if you're having troubles, just use the boxes. Stack them up. It doesn't take a whole lot longer, if I'm being honest. All right, this guy's out in the middle area. We're going to tag Boxing Clever. This requires the Force again. Very similar to the tip of the ice button. We got to hit 3 buttons, though. We're going to use the Force. Come on there, buddy. Get out here. Well, Anakin taking his sweet time. All right, we'll go ahead and pick up a box, and you just literally hit the left one to the middle one to the right one, or however you want to do it. We went right to left. I struggled, too, with that one, so there's a little room for error there, and I still had a couple seconds left, but simply hit them all within the time frame. It should open that cage and collect your brick. Next up, we got another character token. We're actually going to go for Zev Senesca. Hopefully I said that right. From Rogue 2. And we're going to take on a task called Aquamarine around the Gills. Now, if I'm being totally honest, I don't get the reference at all. Like, I mean, I know that there was like, yeah, I don't even know. Like, I was thinking like Steve Zissou, but like, that's not even the same. So, I don't know what this is. It is a rather lengthy quest. We actually have to go to Mos Eisley and run around and find 3 different groups. Well, it's actually 3 different individuals. But the first one is actually being held hostage. So we're going to go help him first. So pull up your galaxy map, choose old Mos Eisley, and we're going to go ahead and remove the travel time. We're just officially putting our boots on the ground here. And it's likely going to look different for you with a little bit of interplanetary travel. And once we land, we're going to go ahead and just follow the old waypoint marker. It should take us to a couple of chatty locals, which would direct us to sort of around the backside of some buildings where we're going to find a stormtrooper who's going to give us some information to basically go find the 3 peeps. So I could have probably just skipped these first 3 as I ram into the civilians. Sorry about that. Here, let me get in your personal space real quick. All right, around the corner, though, here is the trooper, as promised, and we're going to have to switch to a villain character to engage in any kind of conversation. It says there's one in the cantina, one around the corner. You know what? I'll just give you the map. So I go the wrong way, so don't follow me. Again, do what I say, not what I do. Oh, wait, I said that backwards this time. Just trying to make it good so that you're good. All right, around the corner is a group of troops. We're going to take them down. Now, because I am Django, they don't even see me as a threat, so they don't even fight back, which makes it pretty nice. If you had a Jedi out or something like that, though, you might find this a little more troublesome, especially after that update where they changed a lot of the mechanics between character types. All right, so 1 is complete. The next one is actually just hanging out all by their lonesome. In fact, they're trying to they try to give us a little misdirection. They're like, nothing to see here. I'm not nobody. Kind of reminded me of A Million Ways to Die in the West when the bar fight breaks out and the 2 are in the corner like having their own fight. And they're like not hitting each other, but they're doing the old speed bag, like pretending they're hitting each other. We're getting hurt real bad over here, but really they're not hurting each other at all. I don't know. The misdirection just seemed like that. So you guys can judge for yourself when we get here if it feels the same to you. Over here in that far corner there, you can see that teal comment balloon. And watch, here you go. Eep, I ain't nobody here. I'm sending a pile of scrap. Oh, wait, you're not trying to get me. So he's totally trying to fool us, but not fooling me, sir. Not fooling me. All right, last but not least, we actually have to follow the waypoint marker in and around to the cantina. Inside in the back left corner, we're going to find the last person we need. Simply have a quick conversation there, and it should trigger, trigger us back to the beginning. No, we don't want that. That's part of the local area stuff. Now, it is possible, too. You know, a lot of people, I've had a couple of comments so far mentioning that, like, certain things weren't available, not only here, but in, like, story and free play, too. You know, it's important to remember that we actually take on the order of things for a specific reason. And look at this. We're complete, and we get the character. Wait, what? Take us back. Take us back. Now, I do believe there was a task right there at the doorway. There's a person that gives a quest called Arms Duty or something like that. We had to trigger that for another quest in another video that we've already done. And because we've already activated it, I do believe that triggered, I can't remember if it was for the mission we just did or if it's for another one, but there's definitely a requirement. So doing the order in which our playlist is going to benefit you guys from having to bounce back and forth between planets. Now, it doesn't mean you can't get it done. It's just going to take longer to jump from one planet to the next to get stuff done that maybe we've already done, which is exactly why we have the order how we do. All right, hey, we got back to business. That's right. We're going to go ahead and make our way into this little, it's like a little science lab. We're going to flip the switch a couple of times. On the right, we want it to be yellow. And on the left, we need it to be green. Now, if you're wondering how we figured that out, there's actually a solution in that other room that we were just in. I looked at it real quick, but I guess I was talking about something else, so I didn't mention it. But just know that green is on the left and yellow is on the right. Collect the bricks in the middle and build them up into a Kyber brick, and it's back to business. Is done. Now, this could be the mission as well. Like I said, I know there's a mission that requires stuff, and I even pulled up the map to look, but then I kind of get lost. And then as it turns out, because I have all of the requirements did, and it's here, it won't show me the list. So I even buy the rumor, I think. As I scroll through here, I'm pretty sure I buy... That guy? Is it party people? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for party people. So as soon as I buy... Okay, I bought the rumor. There it is, party people. On the right, normally there's requirements that would show there if you haven't done them. But I guess I've already done everything. But like I said, I know there was a couple of missions that were not available to me right away. When I tried to do Hoth first, Hoth was the first planet I tried to do, and there was 4 or 5 tasks that were not available because I had to go here and do this first, or go there and do that first, or whatever the case may have been. And so if you're finding that party people is not here, maybe go back and track to see, or just buy the rumor and go do whatever tasks you need to do. All right, a lot of chatting here, and it's not just me. This dude's got a flapper on him. All right, we've officially got our instructions. We need to go get some scrap parts on Jakku and Tatooine. So we're going to start off by going to Nema Outpost on Jakku. And booyakashow, here we are, boots on the ground. We're going to run into this area that the waypoint marker takes us to. And once we get inside there, we actually have a lot of debris we could smash around. There's actually even a mouse droid with a stormtrooper helmet on it. So if you're trying to knock those out, you could nail this guy, get him done did for now. We're going to go all the way back into the very bottom and just use a saber to carve out the back wall. The reason is because the part we need is actually behind that wall. So lots of distractions or debris around here. And as you can see, I'm taking some of it out. And to be honest with you, I knew where I was going, but I was kind of like trying to pretend like I didn't, but really just trying to get some studs. That's the real task at hand here. I got to get that 48 million, you guys. Once we get to 48 million and we can buy that 8x stud multiplier, we are going to be in great shape. 384, I think, is what it's going to be. And 384 times is a lot. And then studs will no longer, I won't have to grind or worry about anything from there on out. And we've got a lot of game left, so that's good that we're getting that done early. I know a lot of people went and got the data cards and then went and just farmed a bunch of monies and did all that. But I wasn't trying to like drag you through that, knowing that by the end of the game, you're going to have 27 gajillion studs that you can't do nothing with. So rather than waste time early, we'll just go ahead and pace ourselves. And I don't think it's going to be an issue. I don't think we'll have to do much, if any, grinding to get the stud trophy / achievement. And I think everything else will be easy to purchase, just because, I mean, like I said, we're already stacking them up really well now. Just wait until we get that next one. All right, the guy we need to talk to is actually right around the corner. I talked to the wrong guy. My bad for this. We got to go around to the, yep, and then to the right. Hard right, Brian? Nope, behind you. Hard right, hard. Okay, left. There it is. All right, we'll go ahead and step up to the plate here, talk to Buddy, and he should give us at least one of the pots. And then we got to take off and go somewhere else's. Yeah, 5,000 studs is not very much. Like, I'm glad they used very minimal purchases for these tasks, because, I mean, like that one, we had to buy a couple of different vendors, right? And so, I mean, yeah, it's just nice to not have to spend all our cash, especially when we're saving up. I've been saving for a minute now. All right, we're heading over to Jundland Wastes, Tatooine. Doesn't really matter which place you land on, but and here we go. We got this weird blinky load screen. This is not an edit. This is how it's happening in the game when I land on planets every so often. And it's happened on Hoth once or twice. It's happened here once or twice. It doesn't happen specifically to one area. It's literally just sort of random. It's like the 10th area I land on. It goes wonky like that. All right, we got to run over and talk to Jawa, but in order to do that, we need to have somebody who can speak Jawanese. So I have a protocol right out. I go ahead and pull out 3PO and find out that there is some stuff way over here in the corner. Now, there's a lot of stuff to smash and break, and I kind of detour myself. I know exactly where to go, though. It's over to the right. To the right. Right over there. Right to the left of that gonk droid. Booyakasha. Should be right there. That pile right there. Should be good to collect. And, yep, it swooped it up. You couldn't see it, but you notice I have the 3rd check mark now. So we're going to make our way back over to the taxi. Need a taxi? Just ask me. Go ahead and hop in and roll on over to, what is it, Mos Eisley? Mos Eisley? No, Mos Espa. All right. And I'm probably saying that wrong, too. You know, I like that the characters in the game all have their own ways to pronounce things. You know, like the Falcon and the Falcon, right? The 2 different ways. It sort of makes me feel like when I say it wrong, I might be saying it right. You know what I mean? To each their own, I guess is what I'm getting at. All right, so, hey, we do have another purchasing here. So, as I mentioned already, some of these do have a couple of purchases, and I'm glad that they kept it minimal, because I think this is another 5,000 or something like that. And I'm pretty sure we've stacked up way more than that. I think we've got like 30 or 40,000 just since we've landed in this area, but it's a trap. Don't buy it. It's a trap. Intricate scrap part. We'll go ahead and take that. Thank you very much. And by the time it pops out, or by the time you walk over and grab it, there we go, it should queue us up and tell us to go back to Echo Base, which, yes, we will take that quick trip straight to where we need to go. Thank you. And we're going to hand over all the parts, and that should be about it. In fact, look at that. We got the 2-1B character token, as well as Kyber Brick 22 for completing Party People. I'm not really sure why it was called Party People. It didn't really feel like a party to me, but that's beside the point. All right, next up, Kyber Brick 23, Rise Up and Rebel. Rise Up and Rebel. I don't know how they want to say it, but it is one of the last Kyber bricks that we're going to collect on its own. This one's hiding in a little nook there, so we're going to smash around a little bit. And it turns out there's actually a room right behind us here. And, oh, look at that. There's a hero terminal, so we're going to need to use the Force to lift these boxes and stack them up. I'm going to recommend that you pull the first one, the ground floor one, out just a little bit so we can make sort of a staircase. And I, of course, do recommend looking at it head-on, too, to make sure that you have the right angle. So you can see I stacked mine up to the side, but it worked out for me. So jump up top, pull out your favorite hero, and complete the puzzle by just simply repeating the icons indicated. For us, it was left, up, right, up. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember what the last one was. Complete. All right. It's going to open the door, and we can sneak in there and collect that Kyber brick. All right, so we have one more task where we need to roll off planet and collect some crystals, and it happens to be the Healing Power of Crystals mission, where we unlock the Rebel Friend character token, which happens to be the 6th and final one for this area. This one does have some travel time, so we have removed that, as you might have guessed. And we're going to try to make our way to the 4 areas to collect these rhodochrosite. You can see it on the screen. The red crystals. We're going to go get some of those crystals. And notice how long the text is, too. They had to, like, squish the text together. There's a couple of missions that were like that. There was another one, the Aquamarine around the Gill was like that as well. But all right, off to Crate Outpost we go. And this is the area that's got red on it as well. It's the sand is all red, which I think is really cool. It's very unique and original, if you ask me. All right, we've officially got our boots on the ground here, and there are 4 waypoint markers. It really doesn't matter which one you choose. As you can see, I get a little confused trying to choose, and I finally just pick one and go. So I go to the far right first and make my way up the cliffside by jumping up and using the ladder. What we're looking for are these patches of red and black on the wall there. There you can see right there. Unfortunately, Bale doesn't have a gun. What's up with that? Bale doesn't have any kind of weapon? That is weird to me. I tried to pull out my gun and he didn't unholster anything. So, anyways, that's a new one for me. I thought Bale had some sort of a gun, but he doesn't. All right, we got the one up high right. We're going to drop down into the middle again. In fact, there is some right on one of the main pillars of the area here. In fact, I run right by it. It's actually behind me to my right. There it is. Yep. Okay, I was going to say, I didn't know if I grabbed it now or I got it when I come back, but swoop up those three. So the two right sides, the middle and the high right side, should yield you 5 of the 10 needed. Now we're going to go ahead and move towards the lower left one. I say lower because the other one does look a little higher. And let's see here. We're officially in the area now, you know, because your compass will blip. And there it is. They're just on the walls. They're not going to be tucked in, hiding anywhere crazy. They're pretty obvious, but also there's lots of red on the walls, so it does sort of blend in a wee bit. But that should give us 2 more pieces, and off to the final spot where we will yield 3 more. I love that these missions do have the waypoint markers that take us to where we need to go. And even once we get there, there's still some searching, right? It doesn't necessarily guide you right to everything. There's still a little bit of, like, uncertainty. But I do love the fact that it takes us right where we need to go. Whoa, that was a crazy plummet, like, jump to climb on a ladder there. Woo to the who. All right. All right, there it is. I was going to say, I'm not seeing it. But it's all the way in the big main area. I should have pulled up the map. You can see on the compass, it's in this weird sort of section right in the middle. And go ahead and collect those 2. And there's another one on the wall down a little bit lower. Go ahead and blast that. Be careful as the crystals seem to tuck themselves in behind the unbreakable crystals. So they're kind of tucked in, hiding there. So we'll sneak in and grab the final one, and it should. Yes, it does. Return to Rebel Doctor and Echo Base. Why, yes, we will. And here we go. We're officially handing over our crystals. In fact, all 10 of them this time. And my faithful miner returns, and with beautiful bounty of the red crystals, since Brian can't say that other word. All right, healing power of crystals complete. And that leaves us with only 1 Kyber brick left. Now, this one is a little dramatic. I got to admit, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do this, so I apologize for the wonkiness here. But what I do is I route us back to the spawn point. Reason for that is because I'm going to do a straight shot from the spawn point to the, it's actually like a target practice, the shooting gallery, if you will. And because this is going to be used in a later video, this footage right here will be used. I'm trying to set it up so it doesn't look like it was part of this video, right? I'm trying to make it look like we did this specifically for that other video. So from the spawn point, or the Falcon, or whichever vehicle you're using, head to the back left side and sort of zig and zag up and left. Anytime you can go further into that northwest corner, do it. So you can see I'm just literally zigging and zagging. I'm going to zig again here. And eventually we find a ramp that takes us down into a room. And booyaka shao, we have officially found the shooting gallery. Again, it's in the northwest corner, top left. And we'll go ahead and talk to Buddy. He says we need to get a certain score in order to get the gold. It's actually really easy. I don't know if I'm really good at these or what, but you can see you need 4,000 points. I think I get like way over that. You got lots of time. Best advice is to make sure you shoot the TIE fighters that go swooping through. Most of the points you'll notice you get 150 for, right? You get 150 for pretty much everything. Those movers in the back, though, those TIE fighters or TIE intercept, whatever they are, they actually give you 200 points. So it's only 50 extra per, but if you think about it, for every 4 you take down, you end up getting an extra. Actually, for every 3 you take down, you get an extra 150. So it just makes it easier, right? Like, it makes it way easier to get it. I'm at 2,750 and some change. Actually, 3,300 now, 3,500, 3,700, 3,900. And I still got a couple seconds left. Okay, so I wasn't as far above as I thought I was. But I got over 4,000 on my first go, no edits. And guess what? We got that Kyber brick, which finishes up blasting through the snow mission, which is it. That is it for Hoth. So another planet done did. Now we just need to make our way into space and take out that place. But hey, 3030 111166. Woo to the hoop. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A lot of these are very time consuming to make, and my worst part of this is cutting the audio, because I want to make sure that like I deliver some fun, energetic humor to you guys, but also be informative. So hopefully I'm doing that. If I did, don't forget to click the like button. And guys, as always, until next time, see ya.